NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Players. Now over to the 6th hole. Frank, you know this. You can't win a tournament in the first round, but you can lose it. As we catch up with our featured golfer, they need to turn this around just to make the cut.
And turn it around now.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good-looking shot right here. That one was running so hot. And he's made the green. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side. Just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that, it's actually a pretty good line.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Settles in over the putt. So close. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Good swing, good shot yet again. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the wily golf instructor makes his birdie. Frank, I think this is one of the most fascinating holes on the golf course. The 583-yard par 5 ninth hole.
With technology now, a lot more players can reach this par 5 and 2. Gone are the days where it was a true three-shotter, but I remember when Sergio Garcia hit that 3-wood from, what was it, 270, 280 yards? Still one of the best shots I've ever seen.
What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, when you think layup shot on a par 5, you think it's easy. This isn't necessarily that simple, is it?
No, you've got to keep the ball to the right. Otherwise, those overhanging limbs on those trees on the left, they become havoc.
This is a good-looking shot. About 18 feet away with a decent look. Getting set now over the putt.
Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Let's get the back 9 started here at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass and break down the 10th for us, Frank.
Well, it's similar to the opening hole. The 1st and 10th give you the same feeling where you feel awkward off the tee shot. Difference to the 1st hole, you've got to poke your tee shot towards the right side of the fairway here, turning it into a dogleg. And similar thing now, you're going back across the fairway to the green.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. Shouldn't be a problem here. Missed putt and a drop shot here at the 10th. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
I don't think a tourniquet is going to work after that one.
Tough to watch. All right, hole number 11 here at the TPC Sawgrass, 558-yard, par 5. No shortage of options, no shortage of hazards, Frank.
If there's one hole at TPC Sawgrass where you can literally leap out of your shoes, this is it.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is gone.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
On the green in regulation. Nudge this one home, finish it up.
Rich, it's been a very good workmanlike performance. Yet another birdie.
Into the top 15 on the leaderboard. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo. So long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Players. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, coming to you from one of the game's most famous venues, the TPC Sawgrass, home to the players.
And home of the players too. The PGA Tour professionals that play the tour, they basically run and own this wonderful venue. It is their championship, and it's one that each one of those players playing here this week would want to win. It might not be considered a major, but the players, it is their championship.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Solid play, heart of the green. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Well, the fourth hole looks like it's going to claim another victim. Even par currently.
Frank, nothing really went the players' way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
Fifth hole here at TPC Sawgrass, long par 4. What's the challenge, Frank?
Depending, really, if you're a long or short hitter, the long hitters have the luxury of taking it over the corner of the bunker down the right. Shorter hitters really play at that bunker down the left, 320 run out.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Frank, as players get set for the second shot here at the fifth, what are they thinking?
You have to be precise with the second shot. You missed it long and left. Very, very difficult chip there. And, of course, short and right. And amongst those moguls in the bunker, it's tough to get it up and down.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Looks like he just misread that. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 into 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
You want to get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18 with a chance. 16 is the reachable par 5. You can make eagle there. And then the final 2 holes, you just want to steer clear of trouble. Though, with bold play, and you mentioned it with Craig Perks, you could make birdies.
It really is a case of mind over matter when you look at those holes. You're right. If you took away the water, you'd think they're 3 nice holes. But it wouldn't be the same. You intimidate the player as he plays 15. He's well aware of the finishing 3 holes.
Good-looking shot right here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Bogey here yesterday. Now this for birdie. Has the birdie, now at 1 under par for the tournament. 7th hole here at Sawgrass, Frank, a bit uncomfortable off the tee.
It is. It reminds me a little bit of the opening hole, much longer version, where when you stand on the tee and look at the green, it's a straightaway hole. But that fairway goes to the left and it comes back to the right. But they're all optical illusions. Ah, nice.
Looks good. That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Now the approach to the 7th. Frank, what do you need to be mindful of here?
It's rather narrow in the front of this green, and then there's some mounds both right and left. Be very aware of those mounds. They can actually help you out.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Good effort and good par putt. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
Well, you come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry. In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. He's putting for par now. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
So 2 rounds in the books. Frank, that was fun.
It certainly was. It bodes well for the weekend. Saw a lot of good players that seem to actually have a good fit for this golf course. That bodes well for the next 36 holes.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's third-round coverage of the Players. There really is nothing like it in golf. The stadium course at TPC Sawgrass, home to the Players Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And what a golf course, Frank. And obviously the most famous hole is that little island, par 3, 17th. And it's the ultimate hold-your-breath moment. When that ball is airborne on a Sunday afternoon, you don't know. Wet or dry, victory or agonizing defeat.
It's certainly a great temptress. And it's fitting in this golf course that was created for 2 reasons by Pete Dye. It was created to be a cliffhanger of sorts and to test the great players of the world. And, of course, it was built with natural viewing in mind. So it's the perfect stadium venue for this championship. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. This can be a cruel game at times. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect. But it's going to hurt the course.
That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Now one of the most demanding holes on this golf course, the 14th, 481-yard par 4.
If you ever want a litmus test at TPC Sawgrass on who's playing well, check the tee shots on 14. If you stripe it down here, you know you're driving the ball well. Too often we see people messing with the mounds on the right.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And getting ready for the putt. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right, this is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on this green, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Flagstick 125 yards away. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Right, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor.
You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Frank, fans watching, they love excitement in the game. 16's an exciting hole, isn't it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds that go all the way around 16, 17, and 18T. You feel where you are in the tournament, too. A movement that starts at 16 can be carried all the way to the clubhouse.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
This one's going left, Rich.
Not knocking down the flagstick here, but it looks as though it will find the green. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Pretty good effort right there. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round.
Now, as they say, 300-yard drive, one shot, miss a short one, also one shot.
Yeah, that's painful. Good putt. Frank, couple different ways to watch golf as a fan. You could follow your favorite player for a number of holes, or you can park yourself in one spot. I think one of the better ones is the hill behind the 17th at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, and that's why the reaction of the fans is so different. If you followed that player the whole way around, you've lived and died on every shot he's hit. Meanwhile, if you stuck at a hole, you want to see some tragedy, you want to see some great shots, and consequently you get that divergence of different type of fan.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
All right, Frank, just on the fringe, he might be thinking about making this.
He's a better chipper than you, Rich.
Solid play, heart of the green. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. People always talk about 17 being visually intimidating. Frank, what about 18?
If there's a little bit of wind off the right, the tee shot is so much easier. But if that wind is coming off the water, not only do you see the water and the wooden bulkheads, you see all the rough and the trees on the right. And of course, then you start bringing 5, 6, 7, even 8 into play. That's what makes this tee shot so hard.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Good contact, good result. Frank, just a beautiful day out there today, but there are some challenges.
Yeah, those tricky winds up there, you've really got to focus on exactly how strong it is and what direction, because it's very easy to make the mistake of hitting the wrong club out here. You make a mistake with the wrong club choice, even a good swing is not going to get rewarded.
Moving a little left of the flagstick, Frank. Well, that approach shot is well to the left, but still, he's on the putting surface. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus. It's that sneaky distance.
Wow, that's disappointing. Chance to get too deep on one hole, and you leave it short.
Well, the good thing is he didn't miss it, right? It didn't go past and miss. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Okay. Still has a chance for birdie, too.
Right, okay. I like that. It's a positive attitude.
So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Final round coverage comes your way tomorrow for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying thanks for being with us on EA Sports, and so long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Players. One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par 3s, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par 3.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit one with a little bit of a hook and it catches the mound, it can still kick into the lake. So this one here, just be a little cautious on the tee.
And this is looking really good. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Getting set now over the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his middle. Even par, currently. Good solid stroke there, no sign of nerves on that.
Frank, 14 is so often a pivotal hole here at the TPC Sawgrass.
It is, Rich, and when you see a player hit 2 shots comfortably on this green, you think, what's all the problems about 14? But when you see someone stray left or stray right, you realize that 14 is a real bear. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This is a good-looking shot. You can't ask for much more than that. Now 5 feet away. Beautifully done. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Just a couple of feet. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Now to the 15th, and Frank, I know this is a hole that you really like.
Yeah, it gets no respect in my book, which I think is a shame. Just a nice dogleg to the right. And really two good shots, and a 3 here, which is actually, he's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Smoked that one. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Necklace over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday. He's trying for another one today. Has it, now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere.
There you go, 310 yards, caught all of that one, and straight as well. It's in the fairway. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. In the thick stuff.
Thick, it's brittle out there.
He'll need to be strong with this. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Just a tap in to finish the hole. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Well, Frank, as the old British announcers used to say, it's a watery grave. But every year, quite a few golf balls are actually rescued and brought back to life.
Well, if we think of the championship, back in 2007, 93 of the best in the world found the lake. The recreational player, in a year, 100,000 golf balls are dredged out.
That's good business. Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it. Lucky devil. That was going in the bunker all the way. Second shot.
And he's made the green. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet. Good putt. So another tournament in the books, Frank, and what'd you make of this one?
Quality venue once again, Rich. The standard of courses we're seeing is excellent, and consequently it's enabling the players to really play some great golf. So I think golf's the winner today.